something that takes cojones.
Yeah.
And that is what will put Ultimate Razor in winner's side of Grand Finals, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That if Grand Finals is even half of what that game was, I will be satisfied with this tournament.
I'm already satisfied.
That's true.
I'm already satisfied. And if you liked the action that you saw out of Ultimate Razor, we're seeing more Snake action out of AvoiD going up against Denti here soon.
There are a couple of really sick Snakes here.
We've got more Snake play coming at you. AvoiD versus Denti in the Pokemon Trainer. And this is one of those matchups where, you know, at least as far as the Ivy goes, we have a lot of really good tools to catch Snake's high and low recoveries.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, grenades can make those like Nair extensions not work quite as well. And you also have Nikita to just completely invalidate that tether recovery.
Right.
So we'll see Charizard coming out here and there. Maybe when Denti doesn't even want it. And then I don't know how well Charizard's able to deal with the zoning game that Snake's going to be able to put through, you know?
Not well. His hurt box is so massive.
Huge.
It is so big.
So if you're able to force out the Charizard in certain circumstances because of the recovery, it can be bad.
It can be bad, man. I mean, the fun thing is pulling out the Ivysaur is a commitment for Denti in this matchup. That if you're going to that, you're basically giving up your rights to be off stage at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to kind of play perfectly. And against Snake, I mean, it only takes one grab. The knockback on those forward throws and back throws are so perfect to get you off stage, especially if you're playing in a corner like you often do against a Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of center stage battles going on.
I mean, that's why we're seeing the Squirtle start. It still is, you know, a pretty solid start regardless. You get all this early damage. And, well, like we were talking about in the Falco game with Ismon up against AvoiD, we won't be seeing the crazy conversions that you usually see out of somebody like Squirtle because of the combo breaking potential of frame one grenade pull.
Right.
But you do still have a large juggling potential out of this character.
Yeah. So that'll be the interactions will be, I think, frustrating for both of these players. I think it's going to be really tough for AvoiD to get in on Denti the way that we saw Razor even getting in on a zoner like Rob. You know, I mean, Ivysaur and Rob have some pretty decent similarities between the two of them, and I think that frustrations will be abound for both of these guys that really tend to listen to their emotions while they play. They give in, man.
Definitely taking their time to figure out this first stage here, because a lot of people, they'll sit down in a tournament set, no matter how much is on the line, they'll say, yeah, let's go to Pokemon Stadium too. That's a great stage. I love it. Against Snake, not usually the case. Snake definitely is a fan of that one.
These guys, man, I mean, they're fighting to secure a little, like, right now they're fighting for security for the regional pride, right? We have 2 Dallas and we have 2 Houston left.
Yes.
We have Ultimate Razor and AvoiD for Houston. We have Denti and Grayson left in the bracket for Dallas-Fort Worth. Those are the stakes right there. Everybody has pretty much agreed in past, present, and probably future that these are the 2 biggest, and I say regions because Texas is so big. It took us, we're from Dallas-Fort Worth, to drive down to Houston, it took us 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
It is a long drive. It is a big area, and fighting for that regional pride, I mean, that's what we're here to settle.
Drove 4.5 hours in Texas and still ended up in Texas.
Yeah, that's welcome to Texas.
It's fun. It's fun. I love it. I could drive less time and be in a different state, but it's cool.
You know, if you live in the Northeast, you're like, oh man, if I drive 4.5 hours, I can get, like, you know, most of the way down the coast.
Yeah.
If you live in Europe, you're like, I drive 4.5 hours and I'm almost out of the EU entirely.
I'm in, yeah, not even the same country, not a different continent potentially.
Yeah, like pretty much. And I go, well, dang. I know British people that are like, they'll be like, oh, like I'll never visit my parents. Like they just live too far away. And I'm like, oh yeah, I understand that. You know, I live in Texas. They're like, yeah, like I got to drive like 45 minutes to get to the other side of the country. And I'm like, get out of here. Yeah. I'm like, you don't know the struggle, man. I drive 50 minutes to get to my weekly.
Yeah.
But yo, y'all in Europe, I hope you all are staying safe, staying hydrated, because it's an issue down here in Texas. We definitely feel you. You got to stay hydrated. You got to stay cool wherever you can. Be in air conditioning where you can. And these 2 players, man, they got to stay cool too. It has been hot contention in this venue today, and Denti has been at the center of a whole lot of it.
Absolutely. Denti, an emotional player, of course. So he's always bringing his A game. That forward smash, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it came out and put on some big damage. Those are those happy little accidents.
And if you get the hit like that, this early into the game, that can do some mental damage that can be hard to recover from sometimes, where you go, you spend like a minute thinking, why did he forward smash right there?
Up air under the platform, though, is so safe, and we'll see with Ivy here finally out to play. You're going to put on a lot of pressure on this landing. Dash attack is able to punish the attempted zoning with the Razor Leaf. But that Vine Whip is a great tool to get away from the ledge trapping.
We're going to be seeing him. I mean, okay, downer right there, setting Denti. Unfortunately, when Denti is hitting these downers, great. This time he does. When Denti hit that first downer, he didn't take that opportunity to get off the platform so that he could stop getting juggled by Snake, because that's where AvoiD makes most of his money as a Snake player, is continuing those juggles. Especially on a stage like PS2, he can really control the stage. But Denti counter-zoning with these Razor Leaves. Again, it's usually Snake that is the one that establishes where the zone is going to be in a game, but Denti can do a little bit of that too because of the fact that those Razor Leaves are transcendent.
Man, and AvoiD is doing such a good job of landing against all of the pressure that Denti is putting on.
AvoiD not quite keeping track of that first grenade right there.
That's
Denti going to be switching to the
sure.
Charizard. Yeah, Snake is heavy, but who cares? He was at like 180.
Did he stick him?
I'm afraid to find out. I would guess wager not.
No, I think he just pulled a grenade, but I got schmixed.
Ooh, Denti got mixed up by that Nikita too. He didn't have time to jump into it because he didn't trust the fly busting through it. Because again, like you said, AvoiD can just kind of mash the R button and reactivate the Nikita as long as there's a multi-hit going through that.
Oh yeah.
If the Nikita gets hit, you can mash R, you can reactivate it, it's fine.
Ooh, I love turning around for the up smash there. Is able to roll behind the mortar and catch the withdrawal from Denti. Grenades, as per usual, getting Snake out of the sticky situation. Dash attack is going to push Denti off stage, and we'll see the Nikita be present.
Especially against the Ivysaur. Like you were saying, man, it's dangerous to be off stage as Ivysaur in this matchup. Denti whiffing right in front of AvoiD, but he gets him to get another whiff as well. So in the corner, Snake will stay and going all the way into the deepest corners.
Jumping, even trying to pull the Cypher in that situation, doesn't matter. That Vine Whip will get the job done. Beats up out of the armor. Look at that long range that he's got to go for.
Denti,
that's going to punish a regrab.
Yeah, if he sees one or two mortars going out at the ledge, he doesn't have that option of Vine Whipping to get that damage on and get that stage control back available to him. And right now, AvoiD only has that Cypher available to him, but an excellent tech will get him back.
Oh, he chased the roll so hard. Getting the up tilt, even at that high percent, or even as Charizard, that high percent is definitely going to kill.
Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, that's exactly what AvoiD was thinking.
Yeah.
Denti trying to steal center stage, didn't work out. Now we're seeing Ivysaur. Squirtle, he tried it early on, but he said it's not worth it.
No, I mean, again, player comfort is such a big thing as Pokemon trainer, and I think Denti just needs to be spending a little bit more time, getting comfortable with that Squirtle. Because we've seen, like, for example, that Tweak spent so much of his time back at Low Tier City with his Squirtle, and you saw that he won the tournament. And I think that Squirtle's such a vital part to the metagame, whereas Denti is content to mostly rely on the Ivy and the Charizard. But against a character like Snake, man, that precise maneuverability is exactly what you need, what Squirtle offers.
Man, and again, so patient against these Razor Leafs. AvoiD is doing a great job of playing around them, pulling up his own counter zone. With the pressure that he's putting on that platform, Denti just held that center, or held that corner, I mean.
Ooh, that time with that get-up attack, he's noticed that AvoiD is pretty much every time he's had a tech chase situation, he has been actively moving and looking for something from Denti. And so that get-up attack is a great way to get off of him and maybe buy him some time to get away, but you can't get away from this up tilt.
Up tilt again is the name of the game for Snake.
It's such a good move.
Yeah. I love the concept of Snake running full speed and then immediately raising his leg maximum height from 0 to 100.
You don't need like a Diddy to pull a banana to know what that would look like if Snake tried to do that, like in real life.
In real life, right?
I'm gonna kill you. Whoa!
I would love some Hanna-Barbera sound effects coming through.
Thank God I'm dummy thick, or that could have hurt a lot more.
Got some cushion for the blow.
Yeah. Oh, man, not a lot of cushion for Denti right now, down 1-0. I believe that this is a best of 3.
It is, yes.
You know, the best of 5 being reserved for winners, losers, and grand finals. So this will be the last best of 3 that you'll see of this tournament. So that means Denti is currently being held at match point. He's got to win both of these games if he wants to move on. And of course, the way that he plays this game too is going to be so critical. I think that he needs to come back hard against AvoiD.
That's why we're seeing this counter pick. This tri-platform stage with the small blast zones is going to give Squirtle a lot of opportunity to get big damage. Ivy also converts really well off of these platforms, and Charizard's just along for the ride. As is the Yush.
Especially in this matchup, man. Again, I mean, his hurt box is so big, you got to be scared.
That center top platform, though, that can get some up throw KOs at nice, decent percents.
Of course, Denti's stuck, but he uses the switch to get out of it.
That was 10 out of 10 reaction time. So one thing that's really interesting is if you're ever stuck as trainer and you Pokemon switch, the C4 will fall off.
Oh, really?
Unlike Pikmin, who will stay latched, which doesn't make any sense to me, but go off, I guess, Nintendo. The Ivysaur can always, or whatever Pokemon.
Oh, he's got to switch to the Charizard. Oh, I stand corrected.
Yeah,
that was a
you and me both.
That was an excellent recovery there from Denti. And now, if he can set up one juggle situation, these triplats are so good for Ivysaur to find these kills. We saw Tweak playing here a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he got so many early kills with Vine Whip, dude. Ugh, disgusting.
I feel like the only thing that Ivysaurs would rather see is, like, I don't know, maybe the other Yoshis.
I think Denti is definitely falling in too much of a rhythm with these Razor Leaves, though. I think that's one of the reasons that he's been able to get up tilted so much, where these situations where AvoiD just runs at him and up tilts.
AvoiD definitely has scouted out. Ooh. Oh, but AvoiD's been scouted out, and how he's recovering there really high, but with no mix-up on the landing.
All right, Denti using that neutral air to cover himself with that platform. Although, like you said, that multi-hit move can be really dangerous, throwing out a hitbox that big when you've got all these explosives flying around on the stage that are activated by you hitting them. Okay, nice use of the safe back airs there on shield. That allows Denti to react to something that AvoiD's going to do when that auto cancels. And coming on stage aggressively. Again, this is what I'm saying. I think if Denti wants to take the set, he's got to be super aggressive.
Yeah, which is not what is normally in his wheelhouse. So it's going to be difficult to see if he's going to be able to adjust to that kind of play. He's got, again, a lot of these Razor Leafs that are coming through, but none of them are connecting. AvoiD's playing around very well, setting up his counter zone. Down throw is so close to the ledge, it's going to make him grab it. But
yeah, no. Denti just rolling off the stage.
Yeah, I wonder why he didn't just forward throw and set up Nikita. There's been multiple times now that he's gone for that, so I don't know if he has like a very particular setup in mind.
We've seen AvoiD mix it up a lot between the Nikita and the down throws. Oh my God, the pumpkin chunkin' though.
Yeah, Meaty catching that neutral get up, and that forward smash can catch a lot of different options based on timing.
It's a move that I don't like to go up against. Okay, but here's the Nikita. Nice use of that Vine Whip to get himself that extra little boost. Now switching that Charizard, Denti faked out that he was going to do the flamethrower. Normally when you see him jump away and then back towards the ledge, he's going to be pulling out that flamethrower, but this time he just goes right to the ledge because he respects what AvoiD can do, rather, if he's coming back onto the stage.
And we see them jump back from the ledge in particular because it gives you extra height for Charizard than jumping forward.
Nice.
Untackable Nikita there.
Yeah,
positioning it such that it was hitting at a spot where there was no armor left on the fly as well.
I mean, that's the big thing right there from AvoiD, is that he has been going for all of these, back throw and forward throw Nikita setups on Ivysaur, who's used this tether so well to get around it, and Charizard doesn't have that option. I thought that up air was the option to kill.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Denti, the grenade came through at perfect timing.
Ooh.
Back throw catches on the platform where he had that C4.
Got to keep in mind where it is. Denti's stuck.
He, look, immediately swaps over to the Charizard, and we see the drop of the C4.
Now, Denti, I think that he's going to be looking to toss Razor. Oh, my, not Razor, AvoiD.
Safe.
Oh, my gosh. He's
Safe.
just scrambling my brain.
Did you see how safe that mix-up was?
I did. I'm scared nonetheless. Down throw to jab, going to connect right there. Interesting usage.
Yeah, it looks like maybe at around 130. We're not yet at percents where down throw forward tilt will connect, and maybe even on.
Oh, so afraid. I'm so afraid, but he's gone. Wow, AvoiD so well played against Denti right there. Even though you saw that Denti knew a lot of the counterplay to employ, like that return to get the C4 off. That game could have been over about 30 seconds earlier, but Man, AvoiD is still just so good.
And now we're seeing another Snake move forward in the bracket. We got 2 Houston left and 1 DFW.
Both Houston remaining being incredibly talented Snake players that we have already seen play each other. I think that this is the last match of the day that we're going to see that we haven't already seen.
Grayson is literally being tossed into the Snake pit.